All right, let's go to cycling. Now, we'll be
Right.
talking with the president of Nigerian Cycling Federation, talking about Domenico Massari, who'll be joining us from Port Harcourt to tell us what cycling has been doing during the pandemic to ensure when sporting activities resume in Nigeria, they should
Yeah.
have a timetable, because I know most of their timetable has been, shredded, scattered, because they
Yeah.
have to start building on something else simply because of what pandemic did to sport, especially in Nigeria, while most countries are resuming, opening up for sports. Right here, we're still waiting for the federal government, the health authorities, to tell the different administrators of sports to when they're going to resume with cycling. We will be talking about that this morning, and we will be joined by the president of Nigeria Cycling Federation, Domenico Massari, all the way from Port Harcourt. Good morning. It's good to have you, sir.
Good morning to all of you.
All right, let's get into the business of the day. Now, cycling, what have you guys been doing all through this pandemic without activities going on?
You know, as you can know, COVID has disrupted all our activity. And eventually, even when we have getting a lot of sources, both nationally and internationally, just to raise more and more the popularity of the sport. But notwithstanding, we have tried our best, at least individually and not as in group, because otherwise, for this, for the rule that follow to the pandemic and even the COVID, we cannot stay together when even in training. But as far as possible, our cyclists individually, they have in their own location, we have been able even to training because that is very important not to lose the level you had. No, in any sport, and particularly in cycling, you must continue having a constant training, even to having your level, remaining your level, and even increase the position where you are. Notwithstanding, as I said, we have even all over the country in different locations, our cyclists they are continuous having a training to maintain even the level. That is the things at least that is very important to maintain and keep.
Right. It's good to know that the cyclists are finding ways to stay fit and stay in shape for whenever they get opportunity to race again. We really don't know when life will return to normal, when normalcy will return in terms of sports in Nigeria. But when it eventually returns, what are the plans that you have on ground for Nigerian cyclists in terms of tournaments,
We have
perhaps?
a lot of plans. Yes, we have a lot of plans just even to return at the level we are before and even to even do better. Anyway, we are in constant, link with the international body UCI and even the continental one CSC. We have a plan. Incidentally, these days, today, it was 1 year ago, one of the most important event and very successful event that we were able to host and even to win as even Team Nigeria. I want to
True.
remember is regarding the track we held in Abuja last year.
Right.
3 days where 9 nations participated, and Nigeria did very very well. We got 51 medal, but notwithstanding, we still got in other medal even in other international event. So we want to maintain and even surpass that level. So we are planning immediately as soon the pandemic or as soon the activity will be restored to, of course, go back to the track, go back to the road, even increasing in other specifically specialty like mountain bike, then organizing event in different locations of the country, and even the one for track has to be organized in Abuja. Already, the international body has asked us to host the second edition of the African Cup, and we are trying to see to make sure that even this one can become a reality. So, as you said, we are already making a plan, and we are even constantly in touch. One of us, even with the board in our location, to make sure that a roadmap is established to make sure that we are not losing any ground when the activity will return back.
Okay, interesting to note all these plans that you've actually rolled out. We understand that sometimes, or rather most times, funds is a problem when you're organizing events. You've had the ones you just listed. I mean, how are you guys going to get the funds to actually undertake these projects, competitions that you've listed?
Of course, it's very clear that one of the biggest problems that is not peculiar in cycling, but is typical for all the sport, is funding. And we cannot even rely to the government because government it cannot even do everything. So through corporate body, through other means to increase the funding, then you can have a very sustainable activities. One of the most important things we try even to see think out of the box. Just say looking even sport as a business. Even the honorable minister of sport has already mapped out strategies in that direction, and we try to follow in that way because this is the best way to having a sustainable sport and to give opportunity to more and more people to join the sport and giving an opportunity of career to many of them. So that is the only way that we can obtain very, very good sources.
Okay, wow, that's a good one. Knowing that you guys are actually trying to tool the way of bringing in corporate bodies trying to source for funds, like as you mentioned, the sports minister said concerning how different federations can actually, source for funds and make sports business. Like now, let's talk about the development of the game in Nigeria. Since you came in, we seem to be hearing more about competitions and all that. Outside competitions at the elite level, what are you guys doing at the grassroots level?
That is very important things. What you have touched now is one of the most important things that is peculiar to all the sport, and particularly in cycling. Even in the past, we have organized a lot of advocacy seminar, but mostly a sort of camp for young people, particularly in the school, because you can even find a potential champion and talented people, and even let embrace to more and more people to this sport, going to school, starting for the primary, secondary, and the university. So that is the best way to do this. So we have already organized, and we have a plan, very, very strong plan, to organize many other training camp in school in all the 6 geopolitical zones to make sure that we can attract, we can do advocacy for the sport, but at the same time we can attract and scout new talent because there are a lot of talent both in the boy and the girl. So as he said, this is a very important thing that is one of the major focus we have to do this grassroots at the school level, because that is the way we can even attract and recruit people and make sure that the sport becoming more and more popular.
Okay.
Before we let you go now, of course, if the sport is going to develop and go to the next level, it's important we know how to officiate the sport as well. So what are the plans that you have for potential officials for cycling? I mean, in terms of, Nigerians that want to go into officiating of cycling, whether it's road or track?
One of the most important things that we have done is the courses that we have done with the support of UCI, the international body of the continental body, CSC. And in fact, we have making sure that Nigerian commissary in terms of officiating, he will be graduated, he will be even bringing to higher level. So in a way that to be appreciated not only in the country, but outside the country. And we have already attained a very good level on this, because some of them, both male and female, has been already graduated, and they are ready even to officiate in all parts of the world, not necessarily in the continent, but even outside. So I say, so we are on that level, but not even only for officiating, but even as training. Standard is very, very important for us. For that reason, we have done several courses for coaches, for mechanic, and for commissaire to make sure that we can raise the level of our athlete, of our team generally, and even of our commissaire, and making sure that they can do in all over the world. I want even add one thing. So we have not to forget that we have some even athlete at the moment, particularly one girl, Grace Ayuba, that is the fifth in the world, in one category. So you see that we have already reached very high level.
Fantastic plans indeed you have for cycling in Nigeria, both for the cyclists and the officials. I want to thank you for joining us on the show, Massari. Have a great day. I'll catch you some other time.
Thank you to you all.
Yes, that was the president of the Nigerian Cycling Federation telling us about all the plans that they have in place for post-COVID. And yeah, wish that federation all the best for the rest of the year. We need to go on a break now. When we come back, we'll be talking about Juventus, how they let the tides, oh, they didn't exactly let the title sleep. They're still in the driving seat, no doubt, but they couldn't wrap up the title yesterday. We'll be giving you all that details. Join us again.